Hello and welcome to a Knitting Expat tutorial. I am here today to show you how to work these cabling stitches in a fisherman rib pattern. So we will be going over the cable for front, which is this left leaning cable, and the cable for back, which is this right leaning cable. So you will actually only be cabling with one colour, you won't be cabling with both colours. So let me get myself detangled here before I get started. Okay, so you'll actually only be cabling with one colour and not with the other. So with fisherman's rib in two colours, you knit one round one pass with your main colour, and then you do one pass with your secondary colour or your background colour. So this is going to be your prominent colour, the one that you see on top, and this is the background colour, which is the one that you see in the background. So yeah, you'll only be cabling with the main colour, and then the background colour will actually just be working exactly the same as you work it before. So you are just going to work in your fisherman's rib pattern up to where your pattern tells you you're going to cable, and in this case we're going to cable here actually. So for cable for front, the way I do it, and I do it without a cable needle, is I pop my right hand needle into the back of, I skip the first two stitches and pop it into the back of the second two stitches, and then using my thumb and finger at the back here, I pinch the knitting around the first two stitches, and then I slip all four off, so these two are safe on this needle, and then I take my left hand needle, and I slip it through those first two stitches that were hanging loose but were held safe by the pinching action of my thumb and finger, and then that's you creating that cable cross, and then you're going to pop those other stitches back onto the needle, and so now you've essentially rearranged the stitches in your cable formation, and then you're just going to work them the same as you would do otherwise. So it would be for the cable for front is knit one below, and this can be a little bit tricky, but you can get it in there. You just got to make sure you're including both strands. If you find it easier, you can also pick up that strand and pop it on the needle and then treat it like a knit two together, and then knit one. And I actually find that really easy for this last one, because otherwise you tend to like really stretch out that stitch. It's just to pick up that stitch, pop it onto the needle, and then treat it like a knit two together. And then that yellow colour, the background colour, will slip into the back as you keep going. And then, so that's the cable for front. And then moving along, we're going to show you the cable for back, or I'm going to show you the cable for back. And I think we will, I think we will do that here. So for the cable for back, you're going to knit up to the point where your next stitch will be a knit one below, and then again you're going to take your right hand needle, skip over the first two stitches, and then you're going to slip it into the front, from the front this time, into the next two stitches, and then again with the pinching thumb and finger, although this time the needle's kind of there as well, so that also helps. You're going to slip all those four stitches off, and then with the left hand needle going to the back, you're going to pop those two stitches back on your needle, and then these two stitches that are on the right hand needle back onto the left. And there you go, now you're ready. You've rearranged the placement of these stitches, and now you're ready to knit them. So the first one's a knit one below, which again you can just do straight, or like I said, I find it much easier to pick up the stitch, pop it on the needle, and then knit it off. And then it's just a regular knit one, and then again with the knit one below, it's easier to just pick up that stitch below, pop it on, and treat it like a knit two together, and knit one, and there you are, you're at the end of the row. And there you've worked the cable for front and the cable for back. Now back round to working the second pass with the background colour, and I'll just show you how this is basically the same as any other row with the background colour. You don't do anything different because of the cables, you just treat it all as if it's just regular knitting, or regular fisherman's rib rather. So it's knit one below, knit one, knit one below, knit one, all the way around. You've got to make sure you catch both stitches. one, purl one below, yeah, so your second colour round is just the same as you would do it otherwise. You don't do anything special on those rounds. Okay, I think we're going to do one more round of showing you how to do the cables, and then I think we're done. Okay, so you work up to where you want to work the cable, and then again you take your right hand needle, skip over the first 2 stitches, and then slip your needle into the back of the next 2 stitches. Using your thumb and finger, pinch under the first 2 stitches, slip all of them off, and then using your left hand needle from the front, slip those first 2 stitches back on, and then the next 2 stitches off the right hand needle back onto your left hand needle. And then you're going to work it as a knit one below, so pick up the stitch below, pop it on the needle, knit it, and knit one, and then another knit one below, pick up the stitch from the other needle from below, and treat it like a knit 2 together. So that's the cable for front, sorry, I'm getting myself in a muddle. Cable for front, and now we're going to do a cable for back. So with the cable for back, take the right hand needle from the front, skip the first 2 stitches, slip it into the next 2 stitches. Using thumb and finger, pinch below the first 2 stitches, slip all 4 off the needle. And then take the left hand needle from the back and pop those first 2 stitches back onto the needle. And then the next 2 stitches back onto the needle. And then we're going to start with a knit one below, knit one, knit one below, and knit one, and that's a cable for back. And that's how you work cables in Fisherman Rib.